Alright, so welcome back, and this is still the cookbook tutorial, and I'm still your tutor. My name is Peter, and we are on a journey to design a very beautiful cookbook, and we also want to learn how to use Illustrator alongside. Okay, so far we have been able to design our wireframe here, and it's this simple basically. Okay, let me just give you a refresher. This is the front page. This is going to be the copy of the cover page. This is going to be the main image, and this is going to be a little copy, and this is going to be the say the logo. All right, so for this one we're going to have block of text. These two are block of text. This is the title. There's going to be a little image here, there's going to be a logo here, and there's going to be some kind of page numbering or footer detail, and the same thing here, footer detail, logo, then the content, and there's going to be a big image at the background. All right, so as you can see, you want to keep things consistent. You don't want people to be looking around for things when they flip from one page to another, so you want to keep things in order. That's why I maintain the consistency here. The page number and the logo, they are on the same position on each page. All right, so I want to use this one as my references. All right, so I don't want I want to use them as my references, so I won't go too wild. All right, so what I want to do right now is I want to duplicate these pages, so I will make the designs on a fresh artboard. And for starters, artboards are pages where you design on Illustrator. They call it artboards. All right, and there's a little tool here where you can manipulate your artboards. You can arrange them the way you want, and you can duplicate them, walk around them. So there's a little tool here, and the tool is artboard tool, and the shortcut for that is Shift O. So when you click on that, it's going to take you to the artboard mode, and here you can treat your artboard as elements. So one thing I want to do to my artboard is, well, I want to duplicate them. All right, so I'll select this artboard. As you can see, there's a little bit of dotted line around it, and this is a little bit highlighted compared to the rest of the artboard, meaning that this has been selected. So I'm going to click on Shift and hold it down so I can select the rest of my artboards. Then what I'm going to do next is to click on it, hold Alt, and click and drag. All right, so by then you're going to be able to duplicate it. Don't forget, you hold Alt and Shift to keep it in position. Shift to help you keep it in position, then you drag to a new position, still holding Alt, then you release while you still keep your hands on Alt and Shift before you release them eventually. That's going to help you create this one. And to get out of this, you just need to press V, or you need to come here to selection tool and just click on selection tool, and it's going to take you back to the design layout. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to get rid of all of these things, and I'm just going to click and drag to select them and then press delete. They're gone. So I'm going to be using this one as my references now. So I want to start with this page here. I want to start with this first inner page, and don't forget, we have a little image here, we have a body text here, we have the title text here, we have the body text here, we have the little footer here, and we have the logo here. Don't forget, everything I need is already saved in my folder. So let me just go inside the folder and grab them. So it's just like I already kept things in the store, and I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking, I just need to go to the store and grab them. So what do I need? I need this. For now, I'm just going to take in all that I need. I'm not going to take more than I need. So I need this image right here and this logo image right here. I'm also going to need this because I want to use part of the background. All right, I'm going to click on this. I want to pick some colors out of it. So, and that'll be all. So what I can do is to copy, all right, and come down here and paste. That's one way to go about it. Another way to go about it is to come here to File, under Place here. So you can come here, Place. You click on. So when you click on Place, it's going to take you to your File Explorer. Okay, so if it does not open to the exact place where you needed those things, so you just need to make a little bit of navigation around your Explorer, and locate the folder where you kept your files. So I'm right here and I'm going to click on Debugger Man. It should allow me to select multiple things. So I'm going to hold on, select. So I'm going to hold on the Control key command if you're using Mac. I'm going to click on this. So I've selected 2 of those things, and I also need this too, even though I'm going to need it mainly for the last video. I need to select some I want to pick some colors basically, so I'm going to click on this also. So I've selected 3 already, so I'll just click on place, and since this is the only thing I'll be left, so let me just pick everything and grab everything all at once. Then I can keep things that you don't need in one side. Just as when you want to cook, you can just go around and take a few things that you're going to need and take extra more things that you will need later and keep them somewhere so that you won't have to be going to the store all the time. So this applies. All right, so I'm just going to place everything. I was going to place them right here for me. All right, as you can see, it's showing that I have 1 thing selected out of 4 that I want to place. So because I'm not placing it right now on my canvas, I'm just going to go a little bit to this side. This is called the paste board, and paste board is more like an area where you can keep excess stuff. The only thing that is going to show in your final design is things that are on an artboard. All right, so if something does not fall on the artboard, it's going to be, you're not going to be able to export them directly. Let me just put it that way, because there are other ways you can go around it, and I might show you before the end of the tutorial. So since I don't need them for now, I'm just going to click on, I'm just going to paste them on the paste board. All right, so just click, hold shift to maintain aspect ratio, drag. So I pasted 1, click, hold shift to maintain the aspect ratio, drag. All right, click, hold shift and drag to maintain the aspect ratio, and the last one, click, hold shift and drag. All right, so I've had everything pasted so I can manipulate them the way I deem fit. All right, so this is where let me just keep them small so I don't have to be zooming out too much. And one fun fact about Illustrator is that it is a vector-based software, right? So you can scale some of your elements endlessly. Of course, if you scale pixel-based files, it's going to rasterize when it gets to the limit. All right, but to some extent, we can still enjoy some code. So it's actually advisable for you to use high quality image. That's why you should go for high quality stock images. If you are going to be using stock images and you're going to be using your own personal photos, make sure you take high quality photos. And if you are going to be requesting photos or images, pictures from your clients, let's say some images that you cannot get online by yourself, like very specific images, you need to request for high quality images. And there's one thing that is let me call it a bad habit, is people trying to send file over WhatsApp, and by the time they're sending it over WhatsApp, they're sending it as a picture, not as a document. Even though WhatsApp now has a better feature that helps you send images in HD quality, but to some extent it still reduces the quality. It's just, for example, if you want to send an image that is of 4K resolution, the best WhatsApp can help you is HD. It means it's going to downgrade it down to HD. You're going to lose some quality, even though it's still going to be pretty good, but you're losing some quality. But the way you can solve that is either you receive the file via mail, or the person can share a link with you. And I think link is the safest way and the most convenient way of sharing files, because there are some times that you need to update the picture, so you don't have to keep sending and sending. You can just upload to your drive, then it's going to reflect on the other person's side. So if you can talk your client to using links instead, it's going to help you a lot. But if you can't, because there are some clients that are so bent on the way they do things, they don't even want to listen to new ideas. All right, so what you just have to do is to explain to them that, all right, if you send your image like this, it's going to reduce quality, and I'm not going to be liable for any loss in printing quality. So if you want the best quality, especially when you want to print this, you need to go extra mile and send quality images. So for too much talk on that, let's move on to actually designing our front page. So we're going first with this side. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to design the background. All right, I want to design the background. So I'm going to go here, over here, and I'm going to pick the rectangle tool. All right, click on the rectangle tool, press hem. So I'm going to come here, click and drag, and to fill the whole screen. You're not seeing anything happening other than this new blue boundary, and this is because the shape I drew had only outline and no fill. So there's two things I need to know about shapes in Illustrator. There's a part called the outline and there's a part called the fill. If you are familiar with CorelDRAW, they call it the stroke and the fill. The fill is actually the filling of the shape, the inside color or the inside texture, while the stroke or the outline has to do with the borders. All right, so let me just show you what I mean. This shape that I selected, it's inherited its characteristics from when I was doing this, because when I was doing this is there's nothing on the inside. As you can see here, there's no color on the inside, but there is a black outline on the boundary. So that's where this shape inherited that from. So I shifted this around, so I'll just press Ctrl Z to return it back to the original position. So let me just show you from here, and as you can see, I've actually drawn a rectangle that covers the page, but it doesn't have any color. So what I want to do right now is to let it fix back on the page. You know, I've shifted it away, but it can be somehow very difficult to want to match it, even though it's a little bit easy when the snap is on. When you turn on the snapping, as you can see, this little is it pink or pop, not purple, these pink lines, they are called snap lines. Snapping feature, they help you to get things aligned with other elements on the page. All right, so as you can see, it's telling me that's the center of something, which I don't pretty understand, but now we're standing. Let's go. So, all right, so another easy way to align this one easily, instead of you having to manually put it in order, you might be mistaken, you might leave at least an inch by the side. So what you want to do is leave it and make sure the artboard you want to align this to is selected. So click on the artboard, make sure it is selected. How do you know it's selected? You can come here, artboard tool. As you can see, this is artboard. So you can click on artboard. You see the artboard that is selected is artboard 5. So if I click on here, the artboard selected is artboard 6. If I click here, the artboard selected is artboard 4, and here the artboard selected is artboard 5. Okay, if you are not seeing this, you just need to come to Windows and you're going to come to artboards. Yeah, so you just make sure you check it, and it's going to bring it right up here. Then you can arrange these ones by the side. I might be doing some tutorial later, not in this module though, so on how to have something as clean looking as this, how to bring out the drawers and stack them properly to have a very clean working interface as I have here. And let me also tell you, if you are a designer, most of the time we are not, I don't know, let me speak for myself though. I'm this kind of person, I need things to be clean, for me to be able to reason. When things is too stuffy, when things seems too dirty, when things seems too unorganized, it affects my my work. I will not be able to work properly. So that's why I always love a lot of space. All of these things, I make them so arranged orderly to the side, and this one also orderly to the side, so I can also go so all in. As you can see, everything is well stacked up. I have a whole lot of space. I've seen other designers that they will actually bring all of these things outside. Let me show you something I'm talking about. So this outside, they're going to have it something like this. They're going to bring something else like this, all right? And this is how they work. Like, they love things easy and accessible. They don't want to do a lot of work. Well, I won't call that laziness, but it depends on how the flow of work is for you. But for me, I love things to not be crowded, so I rather just move things and keep them organized as it is here. So when I need them, I'll just open up the drawer and pick whatever it is that I need. All right, so that's how I love my work. And I'm also looking for it because this is not the utmost. All right, there are other ways, there are other things they can do to even get even more space, like to keep the focus only on what you're working on. And you can press the F, or you can come to view, and you can come to, let's see, full screen. Okay, screen mode, we have the normal screen mode, we have the full screen mode with menu bar mode, and there's a total full screen mode. So let's test this. Let me just show you. I told you that it's going to be a fun tutorial. We're going to be telling you a whole lot of things along the way. So if I select this, as you can see, my sidebar is not tagged anymore. As you can see, it gives me a little bit of space. This one are hanging. They are now actually here. They are actually hanging. They don't have a fixed position as it were. I can move them around from here, and I can even go further, come to screen mode and the full screen mode, and as you can see, everything else is gone. All I have is just my hardware, and that does not stop me from working. All right, so you might be wondering, how am I going to do anything? This is actually for professionals, people that are very, very versatile with the tool, practically all the shortcuts in your mind. All right, so like from here I can move my hardboards around. Since I know the shortcut of that, Shift O, as I'm already in the shortcut mode, in the artboard mode, so I can move my hardboard around. I can press Ctrl Z to do things. So I can do pretty much a whole lot of things. I can press hem to come to select my rectangle tool, so I can draw rectangles. All right, I can press T for text tool. I can type things. All right, so I can do pretty much anything here. All right, so this requires a whole lot of things. So let me just go back to the screen mode. Nothing is coming up, so I'll just press Ctrl F. I think escape should work. Yes, escape does the work. So or you can press F to switch from the screen mode to another. All right, so enough playing around. Let's get actually started with our designing. Okay, so I'll click, and one thing I want you to know is, you see the outline here is telling you which artboard is selected. So if I want to select this artboard, you click on it, you see the outline has changed. Here the artboard is changing, so you have to select the artboard that you're working on. All right, so let me click on this, and I'm going to come up here. There are tools here for me. I want to align this shape to the shape here, to the hardboard. All right, so that's what I want to do, and I'm going to click on this one, horizontal align center, and vertical align center. All right, so that does the trick. So I want to fill this with a color that I pretty much have here. So one thing I want to do is, instead of me trying to look for the color here, trying to match the best color, I actually want to use a color like this. So instead of me trying to match the color like this, I might not be perfect with it. There's a tool that can help you with that. All right, let me just zoom in a little. I'm going to bring this image here. All right, so I want to fill this page with this color, this dark color. So what I'm going to do is, there's a tool here called the eyedropper tool. So what I'm going to do is just to select the tool, and I'll make sure, okay, let me click out first. Let me use my selection tool to select it's there. You're not seeing it, but it's there. It's just because I was the one that drew it, that's why I knew that it was there. So you're going to select it first, to select the path. Then you're going to select your eyedropper tool. I'm going to go to the part of the image, or it could be image, it could be a shape, it could even be the artboard. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. If I click on the artboard, it's going to change the color of the shape to the color of the artboard. So if I select this color, this part of the hamburger is going to change the color. As you can see, if I also click on the part of the table, it's also going to pick the color of the table. This is more like the chameleon tool. All right, if I come to the Coca-Cola here, let me see if I can pick the red up. All right, so this looks more like a brown. Let me see if I can pick the red a little. Oh, okay, only gets darker and darker. All right, let me see if I can pick the tomato, sliced tomato here. Yeah, pick the color. Let me see this vegetable here. Yeah, as you can see, it has that dark green color. Let me see if I can pick the, yeah, that's very precise. So as you can see, that's just how the eyedropper tool works. So what I want to do right now is to click on this part. It looks a little bit too dark. Let me pick it here. Let me choose this part. Yeah, I think it's about right about what I needed. Yeah, it's about brown though. So okay, yeah, an idea just came to my mind, and I think I'm going to work with the idea. Instead of just having a uniform color around here, let me also try to give it some kind of dynamic coloring. All right, so what I want to do is I would rather do a gradient. It means some parts will be dark, some parts will be light, just to create some kind of movement around the design. So let's do that. I'm going to come to here, gradient, and like I said earlier, if you are not having all of this here, you just have to come to Windows and select the things you're looking for. So this is for stroke, this is for align. They're all here. Just click on them and they're just going to pop up. Then you can arrange them and put them, sort them properly the way you want them to be sorted. All right, so I'll just come to, don't forget, select the shape you want to work with, click on the gradient tool, and you're going to click on this gradient slider here. When you click on it, it's going to apply the last effect here immediately on this. So the way gradient tool works is that it uses a color from one direction and increases it over time to the next side of the shape. All right, so as you can see, it starts from white here and it goes all the way to the black, and there's a little slider here where you can say how much of black you want, and as you can see, it's real time, is it's showing you the effect real time, and how much white you want. All right, so it's that easy. So now what I wanted is, and you have different types. You have the linear gradient, you have the radial gradient, and you have the freeform gradient. Freeform gradient, we're going to talk much about that maybe in some other tutorials, but what will work for me in this tutorial is actually the gradient, radial gradient. All right, and that is because I want some parts here, some edge here to be dark, and I want the center part to be a little bit lighter, just to create some kind of effect like that would draw you in. All right, so how do I go about that? So I'm going to pick the white part, pick my eyedropper tool. As you can see, the eyedropper tool is here. I'm going to come to the I'm going to come to, okay, let me come again, pick my eyedropper tool. All right, yeah, I've selected my eyedropper tool. I'm going to come to the lightest part of the design, so I'm going to pick this color. I think this is the brightest color. So I'm also going to select this, or you can also select it here. All right, it's already showing you the lighter, so I will select the darkest part. Now it's looking a little bit dark, so I think this is something I can work with. I can improve it later. So just click on selection tool here, or press V, and it's going to take you out of the gradient mode. All right, so this is a little bit too concentrated at the center. Let me try and spread things around. So just click on this text, this shape, and come here. There's another gradient tool here. Don't forget, there's a gradient option here, and there's a gradient tool here. Don't get them confused. This is a tool. This is more like panels. This is where you talk. This is where you deal with the properties, where you set the properties in place. But this is actually the gradient tool. And you're going to see the difference. When I click on this, it's going to show me this box again. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to increase this. And as you can see, as I'm moving things around here, it's going to be changing it a little. The same slider I have here is the same slider I have here. So I can tell it how dark I want, or I want it to be brighter. All right, so I want to keep it somewhere around here. So but rather nevertheless, I still want this dark part a little bit gone. All right, so what I'm going to do is to click here. As you can see, the icon has changed here, so I'm going to click and drag. As you can see, yeah, this is exactly what I want. So I can also move this around. If I want this to be, here, this one here, I want it to move it to the side, I can do that. If I want to move it to the side, I can do that. If I move it to the side, I can do that. But I want to keep it at the center. I'm just going to press Ctrl Z to keep the back the way it was. All right. So I think we have a handful already. So I'm going to leave you here to pause, to try things out yourself, make mistakes. If you make mistakes, just press Ctrl Z. And so practice, and I'll catch you on the next one.